This video, I'm gonna show you how to create the screw that goes along with the screw jack. And here's a finished copy of it that you can see. It's a square thread screw. It's pretty easy to make. And then all the rest of the portions of the screw jack are on the ends of it here. Those will come later. So I'm going to start up a new one. New standard part. Loading, come on. We'll go with a sketch. I'm going to put it on that plane. And we're going to go circle, constrain it to the center axis. And the diameter of this is 1.25. Yep. That's going to be the outside, the major diameter of the threads, because that's what we're creating here. When you do this same thing on the base of the stand, you're going to have to use the minor diameter for your hole and then cut into the material. So just remember that. All right, so I got that. I'm going to extrude, and my thread length on this is 6.495. That's my thread length. If you look at the dimension in the book, it's 6.62, but you want to take out the neck at the top of the threads, because we're going to concentrate just on the threaded portion right here. Okay, so I've got my cylinder, and I want to create a sketch on one of my work planes. I want to go with XY plane. I like working at the other end here. And let's F7 to split that. Now what we're going to sketch is the actual cuts that are going to be made into the part. So I'm going to put a rectangle in here. And these should be, 0.125 by 0.125. If you look back into chapter 12 on threads and fasteners, you can see how square threads are done. This one has a pitch of 4 threads per inch, and so that turns out to be the size of it. So I've got my cut. Now I need to project some geometry so that I can constrain that. I'm going to go collinear with the top, and then collinear with those sides. Okay, fully constrained, looks good. Finish the sketch. All right, let me flip this up so you'll be able to see it a little bit. Then we're going to do a coil. Selected my profile for me. The axis, the x-axis will work. I need to change my I need to change my direction. And let's see, it needs to be a right-hand thread. I think that will work. And we're going to cut. Now let's go to coil size. Pitch and revolution. About pitch and height. My pitch is 0.25. And my height, I'm going to say 7. Because I want it to cut beyond the end of the cylinder so that last thread is finished out. If I tell it the length of the cylinder, then it's not going to end properly. So let's go okay with this. All right. That looks pretty good. Now if we look at this, if I can imagine spinning this in a right-hand clockwise manner, that threads in, so I got my right-hand thread good. Now, one problem with square threads and acme threads when you create them in Inventor is the way the end comes out. We've got to modify that because it starts off with just a real thin taper, and in reality, the threads aren't made that way. This is the ending down here, and notice I wanted it to run out the same way. That's why I told it to thread length to be 7 inches long. All right, so let's get up to this end. What we're going to do is we're going to create a loft